Hi, it's release day. Hi, I'm Colleen Delaney. I talk about books and writing. This video is going to be a little different than normal because I just really wanted to come on and say that my book, The Hedge Witch, came out today. Now, I have very unreliable mail, so I do not have the hard copy yet, but here is the beautiful cover. And I am so grateful and overwhelmed and anxious and excited for this book to be out. It's my first traditionally published novel. I've been working towards this particular book for 5 years, but I've been working towards being published traditionally since I was 23 years old when I first started querying. And if you've been following along, I am 41 now. But the book is out. It's available at all major retailers. You can order it online. You can special order it from an indie bookstore, from your local Barnes & Noble. And I hope you check it out. If you love romance or witches or contemporary fantasy feeling books, I think that you'll really like it, or at least read the blurb and see if you think you will. Because I'm not going to make a video about all the emotions I'm feeling right now, I thought I might also just give you a quick review of the 3 books I've read so far in May, and they're right here. They're all hard copy. The first is The Summer We Crossed Europe in the Rain by Kazuo Ishiguro. This is really interesting. He wrote a bunch of songs for Stacey Kent, who's a musician, and then they were kind of compiled as poems and then illustrated in sort of like a graphic novel-y type fashion. This was very fun to just sort of sit with. And I read, a handful of poems every night. I didn't sit down and read the entire thing cover to cover. And I really enjoyed it. I just I just added the album of these songs onto my Spotify to listen to today while I go for a walk, so I can kind of see what it's like. But I really enjoyed it. I don't usually buy myself a book of poetry, so that was pretty fun. I've always been a person who considers song lyrics poetry, so that was kind of a fun little treat for me to enjoy this May. Next, I read Grimoire Girl by Hilary Burton Morgan. This is an interesting book. I would kind of call it like a memoir of magic. She calls it Creating an Inheritance of Magic and Mischief. And it is about her sort of putting together a grimoire, which is like a mix between a spell book and a scrapbook, I say is the best way you can think about it. And it's really cool how she describes doing it. And I would kind of like to do it myself because she puts a lot of just things that are important to her in there. Her favorite recipes, poems that she loves, memories that she wants to keep going in her line of ancestors, or descendants. And I really enjoyed this book a lot. She also wrote Rural Diaries, which I haven't read yet, but now I think I might read it because I really liked her writing style. I read it very quickly. It's really pretty how it's put down. Also, every chapter has some illustrations in it, and she has it between a chapter of writing, and then she has her simple spells at the end of each chapter, which are just cute little, this isn't scary witchcraft, just fun little things you can do, like candle magic, stuff like that. And so I had a really fun time, and this was nice to keep me, calm and witchy while I got ready for The Hedge Witch to come out. Then lastly, yesterday I finished Middletide by Sarah Crouch. This is a crime fiction I got from Book of the Month this month, and it's about kind of like a town, like a small town in the Pacific Northwest that has both a reservation on part of it and then an area that's not in the reservation. And you follow several people in the town. Our main people we follow are Elijah and Nikita. We start when they're in high school in the 70s and they had been dating and then they break up. And then you follow them through a time jump, and now they're in their 30s. And a woman is murdered on Elijah's property, not Nikita. And then you kind of follow the investigation through the eyes of the sheriff and one of the younger police officers. And I really enjoyed it. I read Northwoods also, the author's name is escaping me right now, and I can't read it from here on my shelf. But I've been liking crime fiction that feels a little bit more procedural than a thriller. You usually have, at least the ones I've read, you have actual law enforcement investigating a crime rather than an amateur detective or podcaster or whatever. And it was a good read. So that's actually all from me today. This is going to be one of my shorter videos. I'm going to spend the rest of the day trying not to read reviews and refresh Amazon to see if my rankings have gone up. And I am going to do a lot of laundry and grocery shopping and drive my kids to all their after school activities and all that fun stuff. But thanks for hanging out for this really quick video. If you haven't checked out The Hedge Witch, please do so. And I'll see you soon. My next video will be a little bit more normal. Bye.